Hey there, hi, welcome to the channel. I am Garrett, and in this video, we are talking about 10 of the trends that you hate, you cannot stand, you are sick of, and I was inspired to make this video because my last video, 10 things that make your home look basic, I mentioned backwards books, and you went off in the comments. I am still getting flooded with them, and I love that for me, which is why I have pulled 10 of the trends you comment about most that you hate, you can't stand, and you are ready to see gone, and we have got a lot to get through, so let's get into the video. Now, the first trend you all hate that we have to address is a social media trend, and that is painting antiques. You hate it, I hate it, we are together on this. I think there are certain pieces of furniture that should be painted because they're absolutely hideous. Unless a piece is in substantially deteriorated condition to where it can't be restored, that's an okay piece to paint, to have lacquered. I recommend having it professionally done, that way you get the highest grade finish. You can seriously destroy a piece of furniture's value, the history associated with it, by not knowing what you have in front of you and just painting it. Look it up, look up the furniture maker, look up that furniture stamp, or send some photos off to an appraiser and see, like, is this worth anything? It's worth taking the time to do that because you might have just hit a jackpot and have a really valuable piece of furniture, and you might just say, like, oh, well, you know what, it's actually worth a little bit, I'm not gonna paint it because it'll go up in value or whatever. Do not paint the antiques, and let the furniture flippers know that you don't want to see them painted by liking this video. And if you're a furniture flipper, count the likes. Now, the next thing you all hate, the next trend you can't stand that I constantly get comments about is the white kitchen. I like a white kitchen. In my opinion, I think it's beautiful. I like fresh and bright and light, but maybe you have a kitchen that has a ton of light and you don't want a white kitchen. Maybe you used to have one and didn't like the maintenance of it, and so you have a wood kitchen now. I think that's great. I like a white kitchen because I think it's classic. I think it's timeless. I do think it is very neutral, which is nice, but I feel like a lot of people want color right now. They're very into wood tones, which I also love. So I think that's fantastic in a kitchen. It's also nice to mix two different things together. Mix a white and a walnut stain. Gorgeous. I like a white kitchen, but I do think you kind of have to break up the white a little bit, just so it's not like overwhelmingly everything is white, like institutional situation. I like a white kitchen for me, and I like it for a lot of other people, but if a white kitchen is not for you, you definitely should not have one. And at the same time, I need to know in the comment section if you have a white kitchen, if you don't, if you got rid of one, if you're changing one out, what colors are you using, what materials? Share with me in the comment section down below. And while you are at it, be sure to check out my kitchen playlist for all sorts of kitchen ideas and trends, design advice, some hacks, unique elements. I will link that for you in the description box down below. The next design trend that you do not like, I don't like it either, is the all gray everything. All these gray interiors. This was very popular. Like, it was like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and I feel like everyone was like, do it all in gray. Gray floor, gray walls, gray everything. And some people really like gray, and I like it for them. I think it's great in their spaces if you really appreciate it. I also like mixing gray with a warm tone because I just think it's an unexpected contrast. You're not thinking something cool with something warm. It's like opposites attracting, and I think that's really great too. But the all gray is a little bit much when you're investing in things like wood floor that is not gray. Like, wood isn't gray. It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to have a warm tone to it. That's the whole point. So, like, we know it's not real wood if it's gray. You know what I mean? I don't like that sort of thing. I think mix in a warm tone, do a natural toned wood floor, and then do gray cabinets in your kitchen. You can always paint that, but you're not gonna do a floor inexpensively. It's just not happening. And those renovations are expensive. It's a big commitment to make. Unlike painting your house, it's easier to paint your house a different color than it is to change your floors out. It's not as messy. It is a labor-intensive job, and it's not inexpensive, sure, but having all gray everything, and even the furniture, the renovations, all of the fixtures in the house do not have to be gray because it's a little bit much. It's a little bit dated at this point, but mixing in some warmer tones. Find a rug that has that gray tone and a beige, a cream, an off-white, something like that will immediately make the space feel more elevated and a little bit more up-to-date, a little bit more current, and a little bit more timeless than just all gray everything. Now, the next design trend that you all are sick of, you're tired of, is the dupe. Now, dupe culture in interior design was a big thing maybe like 2 years ago, and I could see why. You know, it was like people really love this really expensive sofa. Here's the dupe, it's a lot cheaper. That's kind of a good idea if you're in a situation where you really like something that's egregiously expensive, but you don't have to do a dupe of other people's styles or spaces or what the most current thing is. Having a space that is original, genuine to you, that is authentic to your personality is so much better than just having another thing we see on Instagram or on social media that's the same as everybody else. We're tired of that. Be original, give us something different. That's the next big thing. That's the trend. That's what it is in 2022. Anything goes in terms of interior design. We love that. We love personality. We like something that just feels like you. That's what I do in my house. I don't care what's trending. I don't care what's in. I care about what I like, and that's what's gonna be here. I also care about what my husband likes, but he tends to like the same things as me, which is really great. And for me, it's like off-white, white, and blue, and some maybe green accents here and there. I just like what I see at that moment, and I'm like, ooh, that's a vibe. I love that for me in my home. That's what you wanna have in your space. Don't just look at something on social media and be like, I'm gonna buy that same sofa, that same table, that same chair, this, that, the other thing, although I'm gonna get all of the dupes of all of it because this person spent all of that money that I'm not gonna waste on it. You know what I mean? Like, don't do that sort of thing. Be original, be you. You all go off in the comments and you'll be like, did you see this and this and that? That's exactly the same as this. We saw it, we know, we don't need to talk about it anymore. We can leave it in the past because we're being original, genuine, authentic, unique, and le chic. Now, the next design trend that you all are tired of, you're sick of seeing it, you don't like it anymore, are the subway tiles. Now, I love the history behind the subway tile, so in my opinion, I'm not tired of it. I do think it got way overdone. You know, it was kind of like a big farmhouse feature. Everyone was like, we gotta have the subway tiles. And they are affordable, which is a good option, but it's always nice to look for an alternative idea to a subway tile. It's a classic shape and a pattern, but you can find subway tiles that are marble or colored ceramics, something other than just white. I also am not a fan of the white subway tile with the black grout. It looks like a subway station in New York. You know what else they have in New York in subway stations? Rats. I don't want to live in a subway station. You know, like, it's great for transportation, I guess, but it's not great for my kitchen or bathroom or whatever. I would say definitely think about what the reference to that is and if you want it to look like your home. Like, black grout with white tile, to me, it looks like a gas station floor. It looks like a subway. It doesn't look like what I need in my kitchen. I need glamour, I need beautiful, I need clean, neither of which a gas station floor or a subway is known for. So I would say steer clear of that one. And the subway tile, it can be classic. I like it with a white grout. A gray grout's really great. You could do a tan kind of creamy color on the grout. Beautiful. You know, I love mixing white and off-white together. I think that's great. Subway tiles, they're timeless when they're not overdone and overused. And that's the thing. No matter what you like, I am an advocate for your personal style, for doing what's right for you in your home and getting you what you like, because we're a family here. This is the LeChic family, so be sure you take a moment and hit the subscribe button, join the family, and turn on the bell notification to get notified every time I upload. I also would love if you told me you subscribed in the comment section down below so that I can personally welcome you to the channel and the family. The next trend you do not like, you go off about in the comments, are the open shelves. And I talked about this a long time ago, and I feel like that's where we kind of had our initial interaction with me being like realistic about maintenance and taking care of your home, which I think is fabulous. And I love that you all love me talking about that, because I'm not cleaning anything I don't have to, and I'm not adding something high maintenance that I do not get the value out of. And open shelves are that thing in a kitchen. I don't like them anywhere near a cooktop. I don't like them anywhere near something that's splashing, greasy, gonna get dirty and messy and dusty, because I'm not cleaning it. I got 3 dogs. I don't have time for that. I got a husband. I don't got time for that. I am too busy to be dusting and scraping off a bunch of grime from open shelves. I do like an open shelf in a kitchen if it's far enough away from the cooking area. Get it out of the way, get it away from the grease, and I like styling and staging those open shelves with things you actually use. Because if you're using it often enough and you're rotating it through, it doesn't have the chance to get dust built up on it and you don't have to clean it the same amount. I think that's great because you get to see your beautiful things and you don't have to clean it that often because you're actually using your things. Now, the next trend that you all agree with me that we all are tired of, we're sick of, we're ready to let go is like one of the most iconic rants I have ever given on this channel, and I will link the like how to decorate your bathroom and trends that need to go video down below. It's like one of the first ones. I love that because I went off about the floating cabinets. I do not like them. I don't like them. I didn't like them then. I don't like them now. I never liked them before I made that video, and I will never like a floating cabinet that is not connected to walls on either side. I think that's the time when a floating countertop cabinet is acceptable because you know where the structure is. Like, I know it's secured into the walls, into the studs. It's not falling. It's not going down anywhere. Like, if I lean on it, it's not going to drop out from underneath me. And I'm not saying that a floating cabinet in a bathroom that's just like open on all the sides is going to do that, but it definitely looks like it will. I don't like that. I don't like it. And it also does not feel substantial in that way. Like when something is on the floor and it's grounded, it's a beautiful built-in element. When something is floating on the wall, you kind of get that like, oh, is it secure? Are we good? That's the feeling it gives me. I am a person that I like to get into the mirror. I like to see everything that's happening. Like I'm gonna do my little eyebrows or whatever in the mirror. I wanna get into it. So I'm gonna lean on the countertop. If I feel like it's gonna fall out from underneath me, it's a problem. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. You know this. Now I will say this. If you have a floating countertop, you do have that space underneath it where you could tuck your kid's stool to get in and like brush their little teeth, because we don't need children with bad breath in this house. And I know that European wet rooms also have those floating countertops because you all shared with me, all of the Europeans went off on me about it because I don't live in Europe and I don't have a European wet room style bathroom. So thank you for sharing that with me. I still don't like the floating countertops though. The next trend that you don't like and I don't like either, and you go off in the comment section about, is the open shower. That's actually from the same video. So be sure you head over and watch that because it was hilarious. But I was like, I don't like open showers because if you're in the open shower and the AC kicks on, if someone opens a door, opens a window, whatever, you get a breeze. And that is not for me. I need to be surrounded by an enclosure of some sort, even if it's a shower curtain, which I don't love. I prefer a glass enclosure, but that's not realistic for everyone and that's okay. I don't want an open shower. I don't need the like half glass piece that I have to walk around and I'm standing there like basically just like open and exposed to everything. No, I would much rather see a door. Just a door, a glass door. Even a shower curtain is fine. Some sort of enclosure to keep the air from blowing onto me while I'm in the shower. Now the next trend you go off about that you do not like and you are sick of seeing are the wooden beads. Why? Because it's decor for the sake of decor. And you all know I'm not the biggest lover of that. I like for things to make sense. I like for them to be usable, even if it's a coffee table book. Maybe it's beautiful and it's out there on display, but I can still read it. It's a book. Nobody is doing anything with the beads in a bowl, on the coffee table, on a shelf. They're just beads. They're literally just wooden beads, a strand of beads that are not doing anything other than filling a space. In my opinion, it's not something I really love because I just feel like, what are the beads doing for you? And most of you definitely agree with me that it's kind of like, what is the point? Some people really love them and it is a nice decorative feature to add a layer to a space, which I think is great. But you all in the comment section definitely are kind of like, what's with the beads? What are we doing with it? What's happening with it? Why are they there? And I also feel like those wooden beads are kind of expensive. They're actually like a pretty big investment in terms of decor. They might not be hundreds of dollars, but they'll be like 40, 50, 60 bucks. And it's like just some wooden beads. I don't personally understand it. I know a lot of you really love it and I love that for you. But for the most part, you all agree that you just don't really get the beads. Now the next thing you go off on me about, you do not like and you love to share, you love to make your opinion known, are the furry pillows. A lot of you don't like the furry pillows for reasons I stated in a video, which I can't remember of which I've done because I've done a whole bunch of them. So be sure you head to the channel and watch them all, binge watch, I love that for me. But I was like, furry pillows are hot. Like if you're laying on them, you're gonna start sweating and then now the pillow is covered in sweat and you really can't wash them thoroughly. That's not something that's easy to do. And if you put them in the washer, maybe you're washing them, you're like, oh, we're doing it on the delicate cycle. Your husband's gonna come by put this stuff in the washer, into the dryer, and they're done. They're ruined, they're destroyed. You can't put that in a dryer. It has to sit out and it never dries the same. They don't ever get soft and fluffy again, because you know that like faux fur, it like melts. Not great, not the vibe. I don't love that. I also am just feeling like the furry pillows, it's kind of like, oh, look at it, it's so cozy, we have furry pillows. It looks hot and sweaty to me. It doesn't look cozy. I'm not really feeling that vibe, because I feel like even in the winter, it's hot. It's just too hot. Well, there you have it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and be sure you share with me what is one trend that you're just over, you're sick of seeing, you're tired of it, you don't want to see it anymore, and you're like, Garrett, please help these people stop assaulting our eyes. Share with me, because I want to hear from you, and give this video a like. I also know that you know someone that they've got some of these trends and you're telling them everybody hates it, and they're like, well, I like it, it's beautiful, and you're like, share this video with them, because friends help friends. And I will see you in the next one.